Hey everyone, New England Gardening here. Welcome to my channel. Today's October 25th and it's nice and brisk, a little breezy. It's 39 degrees. It's supposed to be colder tomorrow. I left the citrus out. I plan on bringing that in because tomorrow's supposed to be colder, and with this wind I'm sure it'll be under 32 degrees. I don't know, it looks like that torch there, Mexican sunflower, might have taken a little bit of a hit last night. The bananas, I think I'm just going to let them go. Maybe dig up some pups and see if I can bring in some of these fig trees or get them in the shed. It's interesting, some of the echinacea actually bloomed for the first year. The plants that I grew from seed. There's one right there, if I can get in on there. Right there. I have a plate I want to put in front of the entrance reducer there. I ended up taking the entrance reducer off again and opening it up because it was just too cramped. It got warm after I put that on there. Now it's cold again. But I think that 1-inch hole is kind of small, and if I leave it at that opening and then put the plate on, which has, I think maybe 3/8, or I think they're maybe a little bit larger than 3/8-inch holes. We'll go across that opening there, so it'll reduce it, but also it'll give better access than just a 1-inch hole. Boy, it's amazing. I never thought about bees being out in October, end of October, but there they are. I took out that not echinacea, I took out that Mexican sunflower there to get some more. They were really they just start to split. They're drying out. I think the roots are shut down and they just really split and fall over the place. So that gets me a little bit additional sun quicker in the morning. Got some big news. I think I'm going to be getting rid of most of my fig trees. Only question is whether to, like a Band-Aid, rip it off, do it all at once real quick, or do a little at a time. My back is just not what it used to be, and I think the last straw was the sealant I put down. I'm sure it's heavier than water, but these containers here are 4.75 gallons, and that's about 30 pounds water weight. But I think that tar, that sealer, is a lot heavier than that. And I knew, in my mind, one of the spongy cushions that separate the vertebra was gone, and I think what I could do is I can lift heavy weight, but if I lift weight with my back perpendicular to the ground, it compresses it. And I think I really have to start playing it safe, and these fig trees are just getting too much to be transporting around. So, I'll dwindle them down to, of course, the black Madeira and the Ashia Black, which we're looking at right here. And, but yeah, I have to start getting rid of these fig trees and concentrate on things that will take care of themselves during a New England winter. Got big plans for a lot of flowers that will be beneficial to the bees. Speaking of which, that's another problem, is those 10-frame boxes are pretty heavy. So might have to reduce those to 8-frame boxes or just nukes. I don't know if you can successfully winter bees in nukes in New England, but I have to wrap that too. People wrap it with tar paper. There is another product out that has it's sealed insulation with black plastic on either side, and then they have a sealed insulation layer. I've seen that used, so I might opt for that, because I don't want to buy a whole roll of tar paper that, I don't know, tar paper, maybe $20 a roll. Maybe I will get the tar paper, I don't know, we'll see. But for now, the plan is moving a lot of junk out of the way and getting these citrus inside, which might have to get rid of too. Have to start by clearing the way here. I always put stuff in the way. I like to have this nice and clear entrance to the cellar. Here's another project. You can see here this is an 80-pound bag that I managed to get at this point some time ago, and I have it propped up here. I was afraid that it was getting too humid in here and maybe this would start to solidify, but I've got a project up in the attic and I'm bringing this 80-pound bag of cement up there a little at a time. I thought was best. It's always something. The project is some chimney work, which I had a quote of $8,000, so I'm hoping I can go through another winter without the chimney crumbling down. So this is where I want to put the citrus. Anytime there's some open table space, it quickly becomes cluttered with junk. So I'm going to take down this table. What I thought I'd do is I still have one of those tops that I purchased to make the bench in the lean-to. That's it right there. And that gets it off the floor, at least. And also maybe allows some drainage. And I'm going to put a heat mat. I have a long heat mat. I'll put that underneath. The only concern I had was that there was a weight limit that you could put on the heat mat. I don't know. But the plan was to put the heat mat on top of that and then put the citrus on top of the heat mat to provide heat to the roots. I'm pretty sure they've shut down right now. When you put them in the cellar and out of direct sunlight, there'll be less stress. Because if I was to bring those in the house, they would have a complete leaf drop and die back. Now that the roots are as cold as they've been allowed to get. Which was, it was 39 this morning. Might have been even colder around 4 o'clock this morning. So that's the plan. Got to clean up all this junk here and get the citrus inside. Okay, so I have all the citrus inside and really not enough lighting. So I've been thinking about reducing the citrus trees also. But in the meantime, you can see kind of small. The Arari Satsumas really start to turn color when they get some colder weather. And I've got the mat underneath there. I haven't plugged it in. I'm still debating whether or not I can plug it in. I've got the citrus here that's in turfus. Might be taking that out of the turfus and putting it into a 5-1-1 mix to lighten up the pot. I could give some of these away. I don't know. There's really strict controls, I think, on citrus. But I got some lemon trees here. And get to the point where I think it's just a little impractical for me to be keeping up with this. But for now, I've got the citrus inside. I think it's windier than they forecasted it was going to be, so the wind in addition to the cold. It's not going to be a hard freeze, I don't think. It's just going to be cold. Just about 32. So the only thing I want to do now is put that plate in front of the beehive. They're not doing too much today. I try to push in the entrance reducer to get it flush. It's not necessary, and a couple of bees came out. So I think they're a little grumpy when it's cold like this. So I gave them some more sugar water yesterday. It was a little bit warmer and a little bit more active. The occasional bees that come and go. Here's one. Oh, one just left. So here's the plate I want to put on. I don't know if I have to remove that camera. Let's see if I can get this in there. I wonder if they can get out. Well, okay, there's one getting out. So I'll put this in first. I think my battery's dead. Wow, they're in attack mode. Luckily I didn't get stung by this guy. I shook him off my hand. He came right at me. They are not happy when it's cold out. Now I can, right near the trigger, so I can't get at the, they come flying. Oh, okay, he's off now. Man, they just pour out when it's cold, huh? They're not happy. I've just got that one screw I have to put in. Good to know. I'm going to have to make sure if I go into this hive from here on, wear full protection, because I've never seen them this agitated before. Okay, just this. Maybe I should put this in my hand. Yikes. Wow. They are in protection mode now. That's the most aggressive I've ever seen them. Look at that, they just poured out of there. Good to know. Not going to be casual about going into hive from here on. Month of October is November, I imagine, is even worse. Well, until they're more dormant. But look at that. They just flooded out of there. Never seen that before in this hive. Okay, so I got that plate on. And I didn't get stung. So this is New England Gardening doing a couple of chores. Got the citrus in. I'm going to be getting rid of a lot of the fig trees. Start taking some cuttings now, getting them on eBay. And still need to do a little bit of maintenance on this beehive. I want to put some shavings in on the top. I have another inside cover that I want to use. I think I'm going to take off that empty super. Still have some projects. So, thanks for watching. Let these bees calm down. I know, they're going to get trapped. They're going to understand how not to get in the hive from behind that piece of metal. That could be a problem. Yeah, they'll figure it out.